Hi, it's Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, coming to you on this 1st of September. Happy Father's Day, if it's Father's Day where you are. Back for another update. I did I had planned to do a memorabilia stash and whip parade a couple of weeks ago. It kept raining in the days that I could do it, or the times I could do it, and everyone was around, so it was really hard to do it. So it's now getting done this month in between everything else. So what I'm going to do is, like I normally do, I'm going to do a quick life update, which will go, I'll keep an eye on the time, and it usually doesn't go any more than 5 minutes. Then I'm going to show you the whips, plans, and that's it. And then hopefully later this month I'll do the memorabilia stash parade. I feel a bit out of breath because I've been cleaning and cooking and doing stuff this morning, and I'm like, I've done everything. I'm going to get this video done like I wanted. So nothing really been going on. We've had rain, which has been marvelous. I think we're up to like 260-ish for the year so far, compared to last year where we had like 120 for the whole year. It's just been amazing. I will put some photos in of what I have. I don't actually have a lot of our oak crop, and also of our pom-pom wildflowers that's at our driveway. Hopefully either today, doubtfully, or next week, I'm hoping to do a wildflower walk around our farm to see if we actually have any. Haven't done one. We've only lived on here for a couple of years, and last year we didn't have any. So going to go for a walk and see what I can find. But we have like orchids out, everlastings, pom-poms, so many wildflowers. It's really beautiful with the rain. That rain that we had in, I think it was May, I think we had it. We weren't thinking we were going to have a good season or a good wildflower season, but it's just been that rain that we had then it's been amazing. We are starting to warm up. We're coming, well, this is the first day of spring. So we're coming out of winter and into spring, and our spring is like a couple of weeks of nice weather, and then we hit 30s. So it's going to warm up, and all those flowers are going to die, the crops are going to ripen, and we're going into harvest. We should be harvesting October. Sophie's nearly ready to finish school. She's only got to the end of this term and a couple of weeks of next term, and then she's done. She's going for a driver license this month, which is scary and exciting at the same time. She's a really good driver, so no worries there. It's more the I'm really old now kind of thing. Michaela the kids had the inter-house carnival. Sophie studied that day. Iona took photos for the school. William participated much more than he's ever done. And Michaela got champion girl for her year. She also got second in the 1500, which was open, so upper school. So she did really well. Most of the girls she ran against were older than her, but she's extremely fast. I think that's it. Hopefully this time, because someone said I forgot last time, I will put photos in of the few crops that I have and the pom-poms at our driveway. Right, let's get into it. I had an amazing month, considering it was bloody busy, school, work, other commitments. It's just been really, really busy. I did a total of 7,885 stitches, and I'll explain how I got to that as we go through. I think we had about 3 no stitching days. I probably stitched every day but there was a couple of days where I didn't do my set 100, or maybe I did just the 100 and I didn't feel it classed as a stitchy day, so I said no stitchy day. I had a restart. Surprise, surprise, that happens fairly often with me. And yeah, we'll get going. So first up, I stitched on Fairy Flora, which is in this bag that was gifted to me by my friend Melody. She made it. It's a very beautiful bag. And Fairy Flora by Mirabilia, and it's an old one because it's a photo. And I was stitching it, and it just, something didn't look right. The design is very skinny, but it's very long, and I had it on 28 count. And where I was in the chart and where I was on my fabric, it didn't feel like I had enough. So then I counted where I was down, up and down, and I had, if I corrected rightly, I had about an inch top and bottom. Sides, I had plenty. So I made the decision that I was roughly 1,000-ish stitches in and we needed to restart. So I did. I restarted on this, oh, is it 28? I think this might be a 32 count. Fabric. Silver Springs. Oh my God, I just had a massive, like, brain to mouth not working. And from Colour Cascades. And I actually decided to start at the bottom this time, so I actually know which way's up. And this is a fat half, and what I've done is I've measured in and up so that I still would have a bit of fabric to use for something else. All that, and that's where I done it. And I did end up doing 888 stitches on this. That looks a bit better on my end. It was looking a little bit like fuzzy. But anyway, that's where I'm up to. Really happy with the colour, really happy with the restart. Just didn't think, because it's not wide, I didn't think about the top to bottom. So yeah, really happy. Hopefully, I think that's been pulled for next year, so I'll get another something stitches on there, hopefully 1,000. And then I worked on Outback Storm, but I'm saving that one for last. And no, it's not a finish, let's be realistic. I then brought out Vintage Birds in this Vintage Birds, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry guys, in this bag by StitchNButton. By Jeanette Douglas. And last time I had done all of the, I was going to say rogue stitches, but they're not rogue stitches, they are eyelets. I feel like this is slightly of a hot mess of a video, which is not meant to be. Just, it's that whole, you sit down after doing something and you just feel off slightly. I did 864 stitches on this, and I finished off the peacock. So the peacock is all done, all the stitches in between the eyelets are all done, and then I made my way down here and started here. And I could have kept going, but I felt like I was in a really good stopping position. I would have had to move my Q-snap, and I decided just to call it time. This is stitched on 36 count ivory, and I got it from 123 Stitch. I'm pretty sure it was ivory. Do I have my little thingy? I think I do actually with this one. But anyway, it's just a nice neutral fabric. And I'm so happy where I've got to. And I reckon just under halfway. More coffee. Then I worked on my March fairy. I'm not very good at explaining my rotation. I have 5 whips that I work on every month. No, I don't think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 whips that I work on every month. 1 whip that I work for 3 months, and then I swap it out for another whip that I work for 3 months, and then a whip that I work for that month, and then I swap every month. So Fairy Flora was my monthly whip. You won't see that again until next year. March Fairy is my 3 monthly whip. This is its last month. Next month I'll have another whip for the last 3 months of the year. So March Fairy by Mirabilia. This is stitched on 32 count mystery fabric. I'm sure that it might have a name, but I'm not sure what it is, by Colour Cascades. And I did 1,048 stitches. Hopefully you've been seeing all the before pictures. And this is where I'm up to. Very different fabric, but Iona's favourite colour is purple, and she was very upset that March did not have purple in it, and just continued working on the dress. So filled in, got some more yellows in, just working my way down the dress. Has lots of beads, slightly regretting I didn't do this on 28 count. All the beads, but it'll be fine. This is a bag that I got on Etsy from Stitch and Needle. It's a beautiful bag, very well padded. Then I pulled out Anzac and started my last row. This is on StitchNButton bag. This is in a StitchNButton bag. I'm doing so well, guys, just brilliant. So it's a long dog sampler Anzac, and I've started the final row. It is so exciting. Just stitching this in plain 310 on 32 count. I don't know what the fabric is. So this is where it looks like all up. Definitely have a lot of fabric, but I'll be able to use that for something else. And I am in that last corner. Just bring it in. So finished off the horse and did the ship and the kangaroo butt. Sorry if you can hear William's watching Ghostbusters. I just realised I can hear it, so you probably can hear it too. But yeah, so exciting. Working my way for a finish next year. Then I pulled out in this Emily C bag, Autumn Queen. And this is getting exciting because we're getting very close to all the stitches being done. So Mirabilia Autumn Queen, one of the photo ones as well. This is stitched on 32 count Ancient, I think, from Picture This Plus. And I did 730 stitches. So this is what she looks like so far, all done. And then to bring it in, I worked in on her neck, finished the neck, her choker, and then the face. And I decided to stop it there because I didn't want to start getting into a groove doing the hair and then putting it down. So I thought that was a good stopping point. And how I stitch the skin when there's back stitch is that I stitch a bit and then I have ongoing the back stitch thread, and that way I don't tend to lose my way with all the quarter stitches, half stitches, little bits here, and it just, otherwise I tend to lose my way and sometimes add extra stitches or miss a bit. It just helps me out. So next time, hair done, and then we're on to the beading, getting super close for a finish. And then I worked on Sleeping Beauty by Joan Elliott in this Jan Stitching Necessities bag. This was a gift from a good friend, Stitching May. And this is stitched on 32 count blush by Picture This Plus. And we have the page finished. So all the back stitching and the stitching, unless I've missed something, is all done on that side. Man, it looks so good. So I continued with the cry knit as back stitching, and now I need to get more cry knit because I won't have enough. But I do like, because it's variegated, I do like the look that it gives. Yeah, so happy with that. And next, this month, I'll start working on the final page. There's only 2 pages in that. Right, Outback Storm. I'm going to get my Jan the Caffeinated Stitcher hat on and give you some statistics. So, didn't say this in my last video because I was purely seeing if I would do it. Because sometimes I say things and then I just don't do it. And I decided that I wanted to try and do 100 stitches a day on Outback Storm. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning for work, and I don't have to start getting ready until about 6. I have to take tablets that I have to not eat for half an hour before things. So, and I'm not a morning person. I am grumpy and non-communicative at all. So getting up early allows me, when I get the kids up, that I'm a bit more happy, had coffee, you know, I'm awake. So I have that time where I sometimes stitch, sometimes don't. But I was like, what if I use that time to stitch? And what if I try to get 2,000 stitches at a minimum a month on Outback Storm? When can I finish this? So as it stands today, this month I did 2,932 stitches. It is at 16.35% and it's taken me, I think it was at 14% at the beginning of the year. So it takes a bit. There is 316,875 stitches in Outback Storm, and I have completed 51,798 stitches. Some numbers. I never calculate anything. So then I divided that 316,875 stitches by 24,000 stitches. If I did roughly 2,000 stitches a month, I don't want to overcommit. I don't want to be like, we're going to get 3,000, because life happens. Sometimes you don't want to stitch, tired in the morning, haven't worked on a piece as much as I want, and I want to get extra stitches in, whatever. Didn't want to commit to the whole 30,000. 3,000 a month. But I get 30,000. So if I did roughly 24,000 stitches a year, I could have this finished in roughly 13 years, which means by the time I'm 55, this piece could be finished. If I averaged the 3,000 stitches, which works out, I think it was 36,000, I could have it finished in roughly 9 years and I'll be 51. So, if you haven't ever seen Jan, the Caffeinated Stitcher, she gives you a lot of statistics, and I kind of got the idea from her to do this. So if you haven't seen her, go and watch her. She has a lot of projects and a lot of full coverage. But today, I got my Jan, the Caffeinated Stitcher on, sat down, did all the maths, and I hate maths, and this is where I got up to. It's not as exciting though, because it's all background, but I got a page finish, and this is the last page. This has only got like 3 full pages, and I've done the bottom row. So yeah, I reckon I could get like a row and a bit a year, maybe more. It'd be very interesting to see where I start in this January next year and see what a whole 12 months. I hope I can keep this up. I really, really hope. I'm kind of enthusiastic. If I were just doing my 12,000 stitches a year, I would be looking at 26 years to finish this. So I don't want to be 26 years. 13 years is doable. I kind of really like the 9 years. But the reality is life. So happy. It is just boring. When I get back to this tree, it might be a bit more difficult to get that 100 stitches in the morning because it's highly confetti, and I've still got this side to do. This is stitch 2/1 on 22 count Hardanger fabric, which I hate. I personally wouldn't recommend using this. But, oh my God, I'm so happy. Yeah. So it's taken me, I think we're up to close to 10 years next year, to get to 16.35%, so 9 years, and 51,000-ish stitches. But potentially in 13 years, or maybe 10, depending on how we go, this could be finished. So it's pretty exciting for me anyway. So we'll see how we go. Don't want to burn myself out, but really, I really want to get this done. So yeah. Plans for next month. So working on Outback Storm, Vintage Birds, March Fairy, Anzac, Autumn, Queen, Sleeping Beauty. My monthly whip, my once a month whip, is in this Stitch and Button bag. And funny enough, it's another Mirabilia. Where's the cover page? Here it is. And I'm kind of excited to really want to work on this. The Peony Garden. I nearly said fairy, but it's not. Isn't she stunning? And this is stitched on. And I saw my little card. And as you can see, it's full of details, my little card. It tells me everything. It's stitched on the colour Cascade's light pink. It has the saddest of sad starts. It's a 32 count. I don't know if that's up or down. It's a sad little start. So hopefully get 1,000 stitches on it. But the reason why I'm so excited, besides that, is that it is just filled with beautiful, still going, I think that's the last one, silks. So very excited for that. And it does still have quite a bit of DMC as well. So very excited for that. Been like, I really wanted to work on that and it got pulled. I have all these, I have my every 3 month whips and my monthly whips on a decision wheel, and I just spin it and what it picks is what I work on. So that's pretty exciting, and that's it. I have had some haul, but they were Mirabilia charts, and I'm going to show them in my Mirabilia whip and stash parade, which hopefully will be in about 2 weeks, depending on how things are going. Just noticed I have my daughter's leavers jacket, Sophie's leavers jacket. I'm not going to show it because it will have people's names on it, just laying there. But yeah, so hopefully I get roughly 100 stitches every day, or for at least 20 days on Outback Storm, and we'll see how we go. We are heading into the really busy season. Jeff is doing some hay cutting for some neighbours, baling hay, and then we've got our harvest, and we've got our own hay to bale. Getting busy, ready. Sophie is leaving next year to go to Scotland to be with family, so organising passports and all that great stuff. And it's a bit more difficult because we're ordering British passports because Jeff's from Scotland, so that she has the opportunity to stay as long as she wants without having to worry about visas. So that's been fun. So yeah, that's it for now. Hopefully this video hasn't scared you too much. It was a really rocky start, not gonna lie, and words were a little bit difficult. But thank you so much for subscribing and liking, and thank you so much because I am now monetized. It's taken me 8 years. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to say. It's taken me 8 years, and I haven't stressed about it and necessarily aimed for it, but it was a nice surprise in the last month or so, that it came up that I've reached all the requirements and I am now monetized. I did stop the ads in between, like every 8 minutes or something. I felt that was a little bit much. Not knocking anyone who does do it. I'll watch your video anyway. Just my videos are never that long, so it seemed like a lot of ads for a very small video. I have not forgotten, I am organising something for a giveaway. One will be in an Australian store and one will be something that's from StitchNButton. Let's be honest, I have a lot of her bags and I've got more coming. So I'm organising something through Vicky, and I'm going to organise something through Colour Cascades. I love her fabrics. She's based in Perth, which is in the same state that I live in, and I just really like what she does. She doesn't just have fabrics. She does do charts and DMC and bits and pieces. That's not for this video. There is not a giveaway right now. Just giving you guys a heads up. Got to organise something with Vicky, and because I'm going to get some pre-made stuff and then line it up for a video. But 8 years, 2,000 and something subscribers, monetized. You guys are awesome. You have stuck with me through thick and thin, through monthly videos to every now and then to a very shitty last year where I wasn't really feeling it. Watched my kids grow up when they stuck their faces through. William's nearly 10, and I think he would have been like 2-ish when I started, so big difference. So no, I have said this before, but I just want to do a big thank you. You guys are awesome and I appreciate you so much. So I'm going to go now. Hope you have a great day and happy stitching. Bye.